Hi, I'm Steve Goff from the Washington Post. What would you like to see tomorrow in the last tune-up that maybe you didn't see the other day in New Jersey?
Good question. Never a single simple answer though, I'm afraid. But of course, knowing the amount of possession the team had in the last game, the amount of control the team had, it's doing more with it. That's what I want to see, particularly in the final third. But we will face a different threat tomorrow, a different challenge. So adapting to that and just keep building the connections between each other. They're the main things.
Donald up front here.
Good afternoon, Donald Wine, Stars and Stripes at Sea. I will also welcome you to the District of Columbia. Sorry we turned the furnace on for you, a little extra high. But, of course, tomorrow, record heat. How does it affect your rotations maybe, or maybe how you approach the game tomorrow night?
Oh, it's perfect preparation for Marseille. It's pretty hot down there, so this is a great opportunity for us to, experience what we're going to face. So for me, that's added value. As I said, just build on the stuff we've already started and try to maximise the opportunities for as many players to play at some point in the game.
Henry. G, then John.
Hey, I'm Henry Bushnell from Yahoo Sports. Kind of building on that last question, as you plan for the Olympics, potentially a lot of games in a short amount of time, have you sketched out lineup rotations in the second, third group game at all, or is that the type of thing where you decide the lineup for the second game after the first game and kind of take it game by game?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to win the first game first, so no, I would never ever do that, simply because you have to go one game at a time. Of course, got experience of managing multiple games in quick succession, but our aim is to come through tomorrow with even more improvements to our play, and then when we get to Marseille, we have a block of more training, which will be great to get us prepared for the opening game in Zambia, and then we'll go from there.
Jonathan.
Thanks, Aaron. Back. Hey, Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer. To the point that you just made about wanting to be a little more clinical tomorrow, obviously we talked about it on Saturday Summit at some length. When you watched the film back after that game, since you had only talked to us in obviously the moment at that point, were there some certain things that you saw that you said to the players, hey, this is a little something more to focus on?
Yeah, of course. They've all been coached. We've had review. We had reviewed the first 60 minutes and the tactical changes that were made within it. Then we reviewed the last 30 with more, personnel changes. Then reviewed everything in our restarts that matter most to us, and then small group work. So we've given little pointers on things that can make a difference, whether that be positioning, whether that be movements, whether that be situations where we don't have numerical superiority. Could we have a technical advantage? What our dynamic rotations are in the right moments, like a lot of good stuff, but we can only chunk information a little bit at a time, so just keep making steps in the right direction. That's all I ask.
Up front here.
Damon Brooks, Monumental Sports. Coach, it's obvious that this team, is without several experienced players who are not on this year's team. Who is taking a leadership role during this, this year's camp as you get ready for the Olympics?
Well, beyond Lindsay, I think, is doing a tremendous job. The communication's been excellent. It really has. Can see being here before and, sharing that wisdom. But there are lots of senior players in this side that I look towards. I don't think it's just one or another. As I said, there might be some that might be more vocal leaders, and some that are less, but I actually think there is a quiet leadership within that group that you can see they are taking on their responsibilities, and it's the job of the whole team, not just one individual. So everybody, we're starting to step forward in different ways. We're starting to, I think, build trust in the right ways internally. And as a result of that, we're just working on fine-tuning everything every day.
Hi, Coach Heather McDonough, NBC4. How happy are you, I guess, that's a better way to put it, just that it's finally getting to this point where the Olympics after tomorrow, I know you're concentrating on tomorrow, but is the next thing, like the culmination. How happy are you to finally kind of have that light at the end of the tunnel on where you're going?
I think you spend so much time wishing time away in life. Not for me. I'm my message to the team is the same for myself, which is be as present as possible. And especially this man, he reminded me he served 8 head coaches prior to me. How important it is to be present, how important it is to have joy, and how important it is to have perspective, right, Hive?
Yeah, absolutely.
And for us, all of those things really matter. And it's not about, I don't want to wish it away. I want to enjoy it, but also make sure we're as prepared as we possibly can by taking it one step at a time.
Real quick, and speaking of joy, a lot of happy fans in D.C. are going to get to see the Washington Spirit players. You've also got Emily Fox from nearby Virginia. I know you're focused on game planning, but how nice is it when these players get to play in front of their home crowd and when you witness that?
Yeah, no, I love that part. I won't lie. I'm enjoying watching players in their sort of host regions. So that will be good to see that for them. I was telling my family this about the crowd at the weekend, is that it's, how do I best put it, in England, so it can be sort of quite tribal. Here it's fanatical in a different way, but I think it's such a great party atmosphere in the stadiums. I love the drums. I won't lie, they keep me an even keel during the game, and I love the atmosphere the crowd create. I really do. It's very, very different culturally, but one that I'm really enjoying.
Steph, right there.
Hi, Coach Steph Young from The Athletic. Casey Krueger is an athlete she's been in and out of the national team. She's had her ups and downs with injuries. At the same time, feels like she's been a tremendously steady presence, especially at the club level. When I was talking to her, in the midst of her athlete brain of saying, like, oh, I can always be better, she did admit that one thing she thinks she's improved at is adding to her attacking game, so important for a modern fullback. I'm just wondering what you're seeing from her and, what your feeling is from her in terms of being ready, especially being named directly to the roster and not coming in as an alternate.
Well, my short experiences with Casey is what a tremendous mum, first and foremost. She's having to manage being a mum in camp as well as a footballer. She's so coachable, even, for someone with such experience, so coachable, so open. And I said to her the other day that I took the decision to put Emily Sonnet in that position because I actually wanted to see 3 centre-backs as opposed to a full-back coming in. But I explained that to her after the game. But she is someone, she's calm. She's calm, she's experienced, she adds a lot of qualities. Her short passing game is very good. And I think she will play an important part in this team as the tournament progresses. And I'm pretty certain all those experiences for her have positioned her not only to be in the 18, but to thrive in the 18. So I'm looking forward to that for her.
All right, we'll take a couple. Go ahead.
Emma, you mentioned Chris Bumbaka from USA Today. You mentioned the tribal part of England and then fanatical in the U.S. Are there other things that you have started to learn about the way that the game is viewed here that you maybe didn't know until you got into the job?
You know what? I haven't been outside of the bubble of it enough yet, and I really struggle to set up my technology. So I'm unable at any point to access any news sources or anything else on my new technology because I don't know how to do it.
It's probably a good thing.
I keep making many, many mistakes. So I don't hear anything outside of the bubble, which is fantastic for me. I've said this 1,000 times. Like, my mum's here with me this week, and I think she'd like me to be a bit more homesick that, but I love being in America. I really do, and I love everything that comes with it. So I'm just embracing coming back to a soccer culture that has developed since my time here, whether that's the quality of the stadiums that feel more European-like to the atmosphere within stadiums. Like, as I said, I've been really, really impressed, and hopefully, I keep saying to the players, like, we're here to entertain the crowd. Yes, we're here to win, but we are here to entertain, and goes in both directions. The roar when we score a goal is something I particularly enjoy, but no, I'm enjoying the whole thing, to be honest.
Well, we got another full stadium tomorrow. Tweet that, Goff. Let's go online to Ella Brockway. Go ahead, Ella.
Hi, Emma. Thanks for being here. Croix Bethune, Ella Brockman from the Washington Post. Croix Bethune made her debut on Saturday. Was hoping you could speak a little bit about her as a player and maybe more broadly your desire to get some of these younger players the caps and just the experience as they're able.
I mean, Croix is talented, without doubt. I've been watching her NWSL play, and her ability to arrive into key areas in the right moments is not taught. She's got great balance, she's got great poise, she's goal threat, she's really quiet character, but someone who cares deeply about all of the things, all the processes to be able to perform at the level she is. Extremely mature. She's an old soul. I told her that the other day. Right?
Yeah.
An old soul, someone who doesn't miss a single step to put herself in the best place to perform, and in any and every situation she holds herself, to the highest of standards. In fact, sometimes I think she's a little too hard on herself, but I'm really looking forward to developing Croix, because I think she's a special talent.
Let's go to Andrew Jones. Go ahead, Andrew.
Thanks, Aaron. Andrew Jones, the League Network. Emma, just want to talk to you. You mentioned about Emily Sonnet, center backs. You talk about how you saw Naomi and Tina play on Saturday, how they were tidy not only in possession, but dealt with Mexico's threat, and just your thoughts on how they played.
Yeah, I mean, we did some analysis today with Naomi. Her ability to absorb tactical ideas is honestly exceptional. She's so talented, and she's starting to add different decision making into her game while in possession that I think will take her to the very, very top as a centre half. Tierna, thoughtful, quiet leader, very introspective, but so switched on, and talked about the importance of how they stay connected, and players in front and around do that. But listen, we are blessed. We've got some fabulous players, and Tierna and Naomi really building a brilliant partnership. But Sonnet, as we all know, can play in any position when required, and someone who equally adds tremendous value.
Last couple for Emma. We'll go to Kyle Bond. Go ahead, Kyle.
Thank you, guys. Emma, appreciate the time. I wanted to ask you about Mal Swanson. She seemed like she was in electric form last spring, really ready to have that global breakout of the World Cup before she got injured. Headed into the Olympics this year, do you feel like she's maybe ready to have that moment now in a major tournament? What is her ceiling?
Listen, Mal's a tremendous football player. She really is. She's someone who can play out wide, hug a touchline wide. She plays in the pockets really, really well. She plays off the 9 really well. I think she creates overloads in a very, clever way. And I've said it before, I think she could be a 9 because she finishes. And I think the important thing for Mal, as it is for any player in this team, is that it's not about individuals, that it's about the team, and making sure that we position ourselves for everybody to perform, because the better we are as a collective, the better chance we have of progressing. So Mal while she has unbelievable attributes, it's important for us to give her the support around her so that she can be successful at the level we all know she can be.
Sylvia Bullock, go ahead from online.
Hi, Emma. Thanks again for joining us. I just wanted to circle back. So you mentioned the focus on the first game, obviously with Costa Rica tomorrow, but the first game against Zambia. So were you able at all to see their match against New Zealand, or will you be able to see their next match? And what have you seen from particularly Banda and Kundanaji, who have been playing against many of your players in the NWSL? Thank you.
I haven't watched the New Zealand game yet, but someone within my team has. We, of course, have done the work on Zambia over the last 12 months and prepared our strategy to play against them. I think Zambia as a whole, as opposed to just individuals, I've said it before, I think on form, Banda is the most informed striker in world football. But I think for us, we have to play our game and make it difficult for Zambia to reach the positions they want to. And so as much as I know they're a threatening team and they've got quality all over the pitch, how we set up and how we control the game are of the most important order, because that will give us the best chance of competing against outstanding individuals. So my focus is on getting that right.
Last one goes to Henry Bushnell. Go ahead, Henry.
I feel like we've danced around this question a bit. What was your experience like watching the England game yesterday?
Oh.
Sorry.
I went to a place called Across the Pond. My son sat under the table with his headphones on. I think it was a bit too noisy for him, but he roughed it out, bless him. Yeah, it was rough, to be honest with you. To have 2 Euros in a row, you know, I don't know what that feels like. So tough for England, but what an outstanding team Spain are in so many ways. Like, to be European champions on the men's side, world champions on the women's side, Champions League winners. They even won at Wimbledon in tennis yesterday. There's the importance of methodology and DNA right there. And Spain have a playing style that is better than anyone else, to be quite frank. So congratulations to them and commiserations to England.
All right, and with that, we'll get you guys in the mix zone and get you some players. Thanks, Emma.
Thanks.
How exciting is it to be playing this match in front of the home crowd and all the people who are rooting for you with the Spirit and now USA?
Yeah, it definitely means a lot to be back here in front of the home crowd with a lot of Spirit teammates as well, just to lean on and to play with. An added sense of security, but just a huge level of excitement to be back.
And Emma was just, singing your praises in there, just about being a calm influence, just how you balance everything as a footballer, as a mother. Let's get into that a little bit more. I mean, how do you do? I'm a mom myself, and gosh, it's hard, and I'm not playing, elite level soccer, football. How do you do it?
It takes a village, as they say. Definitely have a lot of people to lean on. Teammates are always helping me out. Caleb's got a lot of aunties, so that helps. Got a full-time nanny that helps, but yeah, he honestly, he forces me to have a different perspective, to see things, definitely in a different way before him. I feel like I play more freely after him, and because at the end of the day, he's all that matters. So.
I can feel that. How nice is it to hear those things from your coach and just know that your hard work is paying off and people are seeing you thrive in so many ways.
Yeah, it means the world just to hear that, to get, positive feedback. I just want to keep, playing my role to the best of my abilities and helping the team in any way that I can.
And now going a few steps away from Paris, just the excitement for that and this team and what you're expecting when you get over there.
Yeah, I honestly just want to take it one day at a time, one moment at a time, and just absorb every moment that I can. Everyone keeps giving me that advice to just soak it all in. So that's going to be my focus for sure. But, I mean, I think everybody's just excited to get there, excited for the first game, one game at a time.
You have the Olympic send-off here, home stadium, Audi Field. What's that like as you guys have your final friendly tomorrow?
I mean, it's so exciting to have our final, send off game here in front of the home crowd, in front of our home fans. I'm excited to see. I know the energy is going to be there. It always is. So just excited to be in front of the home crowd, and hopefully we can put on a show.
1-0 against Mexico in the first friendly. What do you want to improve on as a team, you personally, in the second friendly?
I think in film we were just, refining just a few details. I think, defensively we were very sound, so that was really positive from the group. But I think hopefully putting away a few more chances, that would be great. Being clinical in front of the net would be great. But yeah, just continuing to layer on.
Obviously, a big moment this weekend. Just take us through that and what that was like for you, and seeing that dream, what I imagine was a dream come true.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the dream come true, just being on the roster, being here, getting my first cap was amazing. So just to represent the crest at Jersey was awesome.
What is this, I guess, year 6 months, but this whole, big with the Spirit, the debut that you had with them, the debut you had with the U.S. Women's National Team. I mean, I think you even put into words before you can. What this has been like, what this last year's been like for you.
It's been a lot, but I feel like I've just kind of been achieving the goals that I had set for myself. Being young and coming into the league and doing a lot already has been great, so just continue to elevate and go along with the journey and enjoy it.
How nice is it to have the Spirit teammates here with you and in Paris as well?
It's great. It's a lot of... I'm sorry. Just like people around me that are comfortable and family, so I just feel like I can relax and be calm having them by my side.
And what has Coach Hayes meant to you? Because she was asked about you, and she had nothing but positive things to say, just about how well you're playing, and you're being an old soul as well. Just what can you say about what you've been able to show her, and how she's worked with you as well?
I'd like to thank her. She trusts me clearly, and I just want to do my best and be me out there so she can continue to feel that old soul that I have.
Is your family going to be? Who's going to be here tomorrow? What's tomorrow going to be like?
Yeah, both my parents are going to be here, and then a couple of old coaches, agent, just a lot of support.
Croix.
Sorry? Coach James here. Yes, ma'am.
Croix, just the final friendly before the send-off to the Olympics. How special is it that you guys get to have it here at Audi Field? I know there's plenty of Spirit players on this team.
Yeah, there's a lot of Spirit players here, so to be at Audi, it's great. Hopefully a lot of Spirit fans will be at the game tomorrow, so it's amazing.
And what do you expect? 1-0 against Mexico the other day. What do you guys expect, and what do you want to improve on as a team? You personally, if you get a chance on tomorrow, what do you want to improve on from the last friendly?
We want the best, of course. We want to win, but mainly just stick to the game plan and execute it as well as we can.
And it's at your home.
Yeah.
Home stadium. Just how excited are you to have this match at this stadium?
I mean, I love it. Every time I play at Audi, if that's with Spirit or if it's here, it's a great environment. The stadium's amazing, and obviously I have some home fans from Spirit games, so that's exciting. But yeah, it's like home right now, and to be sent off this way is awesome.
And to have all your, a lot of the Spirit teammates, whether they're on the roster or traveling, just what is that meant to have that camaraderie with the U.S. team as well?
Yeah, obviously we build that with Spirit, but again, it's like the personal aspect of having the girls that you have throughout the entire season, and that's all you got. So having their support and me being there for them has been great, and that common understanding and that home piece is what it feels like when we're together. So that feels great.
One of those players is Casey Krueger, and Coach Hayes just talked about how amazing it is when she balances being a mom, being a footballer, just the calm presence out there, the experience. What do you take away from Casey and what she does?
Everything. I think, yeah, she's definitely a role model to me, and having her baby that comes with her everywhere is just admirable, and I look at her in awe all the time. But yeah, she teaches me so much, and she helps keep me level-headed because I'm a very emotional person. So yeah, she's given me a lot of advice, and having her here is amazing, and obviously she's an amazing soccer player, so learning from her on that aspect as well.
How excited are you to finally get, I know you have 1 game at a time, you got the game tomorrow, but the next step is the Olympics in Paris, and how excited are you to finally get to this point?
Yeah, I'm very excited, and yeah, having the send-off here again is amazing. But yeah, building off of the game against Mexico, and then again continuing to build the relationships because we've had a short amount of time with Emma. So, yeah, building that and getting a good feel going into it, I think is huge. But I'm so excited, a little bit nervous, but yeah.
You talked about building that relationship, not just with coach, but a lot of the new players. It feels like it's like a turnover with U.S. women's soccer right now, like the fresh new faces and whatnot. Just how has that been going so far with camp and these friendlies as you guys prepare for Paris?
Yeah, I think it's been good. Honestly, pretty smooth. It's for me. I try to keep an open mind about everything. There's a lot of change always happening, but it's been good. And like I said, it's always just like building blocks to everything, and it's not going to be smooth through everything. But one thing she does embed in us is learning from every experience and not dwelling on any game. If it's a win, a tie, a loss, I think she's always thinking ahead and in the present moment. So yeah, again, building is what I'm going to keep saying.
You had to bring people up to the heat and humidity they're gonna have.
I
in
don't
this
want this
area?
either, man. Yeah, I know. We've been talking about it, but yeah, there's not much we can do about it, but we'll make it, I'm sure.
Mom gonna be here tomorrow?
Yes, of course. Rod Mom will be in the house.
All right, thanks, guys. Okay, go ahead.
What does it mean to represent the USA when
It means the world to me. I think, yeah. My whole life, I've wanted to be in this moment, so to be here, with how young I am as well, like I never even thought that I would be in this position at this age. But yeah, I'm always trying to learn and represent young girls in the best way that I can.